ADHD is a very common condition in the general population. So 6 to 9% of all school-aged kids, that's about 3 children per classroom with it. It's very persistent, so it's about 4% of the adult population. So that's about 13 million North Americans would have this condition. We know across the world, though, it's also very common. So the World Health Organization is interested in this globally, and they have very similar prevalence rates, Italy, France, Germany, Spain. So I see in our clinics many people from across the world with adult ADHD. The causes of ADHD are predominantly genetic. So this is more heritable than breast cancer, than asthma. It's about 80% genetic. So in terms of the apple falling far from the tree, ADHD drops straight out of the tree. And this is across the globe. There are some other causes, though. 20% of ADHD can be caused by maternal smoking, perhaps low birth weight, anything less than 5 pounds, or any kind of obstetrical challenges at the time of delivery. But it's predominantly a genetic condition, and we're looking for other family members who would have this condition. The red flag symptoms of adult ADHD are covered in our book. We have an acronym called FAST MINDS. And the context is important for adult ADHD, so it's usually the boring everyday tasks, so doing bills, doing taxes, those kinds of things. In this context, people are forgetful, distractible, distracted by all things around them. They procrastinate, they often leave things very much to the last minute. Boredom is a constant feature of adult ADHD, so novelty seeking, it's what people do to escape from boredom. So we have lots of ER personnel, we have criminal lawyers, firefighters, police officers, who like a lick of adrenaline in the terms of the things that they do. Females with adult ADHD are different from males. They're the most under-recognized population that we have. And the reason for this is that many females are only daydreamy, inattentive. They have more of the cognitive symptoms, so forgetful, distractible, disorganized. So they're not particularly disruptive. So if a young female is very bright, congenial, she compensates with a good IQ, across the timeline she's not going to come to anybody's real attention. The problem with missing this diagnosis with adult females is that although she may still be doing okay compared to the average person, she may still undershoot grossly how well she can do in her own life. So with increased cognitive loading, she may start to fail at university, underachieve, and that lower self-esteem. So this is a very important population to identify. What adults with ADHD can get from treatment is an explanation for why lifelong they've experienced low self-esteem because of all the symptoms we've talked about, forgetfulness, distractibility, they procrastinate, and the net total of that is they underachieve for how well they can do in life. So just making the diagnosis in of itself, it explains what has happened to them across the lifespan. So there's a renewal in terms of a sense of hope. They feel empowered that there's an explanation, and they can look forward to a brighter future. The treatments tend to be multimodal, and everybody tends to be a bit different with this. So one size doesn't fit all, and we make sure that people are informed around the various options that can help them. So our book is called Fast Minds, and it's to do with the rapid recognition of adult attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a common condition, so we talk about the symptoms: forgetfulness, disorganization, procrastination. People are bored very easily. Impulsivity is part of this. And the book will be very straightforward, easy to understand, and right away people can say, oh, I think I may have this. We move forward very quickly then to explain with science the underlying medical condition that is ADHD. The treatment part of this book also is very straightforward. Once a person realizes that they have it, then they need to know what kinds of treatments are available. So we talk about multimodal treatment, so one size doesn't fit all. Mindfulness, meditative strategies, medication, very important with cognitive behavioral therapy, exercise. So we describe all of these. Because each person could be a little bit different with this condition, then they can self-select through our book the various strategies and coping mechanisms that would make the most sense for them.